morning, students of class 8. Welcome back to the bio classes. In our previous class, we had already studied about the different topics like what is the different methods of this. We had studied about the mineral nutrition in plants and different types of nutrients. You remember it, macro and micronutrients. The nutrients which are needed by the plants in large quantity are called macronutrients, and those which are needed by the plants in less quantity is called micronutrients. Then we studied about the example also. The example of macronutrients are NPK, that is nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Each of these nutrients had a specific function to do in the plants. And then we studied about the micronutrients also, their examples as well as functions. Today we are going to start a new topic called transpiration. What is transpiration? You may have wondered that when we sit under the shade of a tree, we feel relaxed. Why is it so? Even when it is very hot outside, under the shade of the tree we can feel cool. Or have you ever thought what is it which brings rain? How the clouds are formed? The answer is transpiration. Okay, so what is transpiration? Transpiration is loss of water in the form of loss of water. It is loss of water in the form of water vapor, means water is lost in gaseous form from the aerial parts of the plant. Aerial means those parts of the plant which are above the ground. That is called aerial parts, like from the leaves, from the stem, from the branches. So loss of water in the form of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant is called transpiration. Okay? So what is transpiration? If we say that the plant is transpiring, means the plant is losing water, okay, in the form of water vapor. So what is transpiration? It is the loss of water, means water is lost. From where? Like if this is the plant, this aerial part of the plant, the leaf and all is there. From here the water molecules will be released, H2O, into the atmosphere. It will be evaporated, okay, it will be lost in the form of water vapor, not in the liquid water. Okay, so in this definition what you have to learn? Transpiration is loss of water, means plant is losing water. How? In the gaseous form, in the form of water vapor, not liquid water, okay, not solid water. From where? From the aerial parts, means from the leaves, stems, okay. Now, how many types of transpiration is there? There are 3 types of transpiration. How many? 3 types. What are they? Number 1, transpiration through stomata. So we call it as stomatal transpiration. Okay, stomatal transpiration. One by one we'll discuss about them. Now, the word stomata, you know what is stomata? If you take the surface of a leaf, like if I draw this one as a leaf, okay, leaf is made up of leaf cells, and the lower surface of the dicot leaves, not this upper surface, lower surface, it contains many minute pores. These pores are known as stomata. If you see under the microscope, they will appear like this with the guard cells, okay, like this. Many you can see under the microscope. What are they? They are the stomatas. Now if you see one of the stomata magnified under the microscope, how does it appear? It appears like each stomata is made up of 2 bean-shaped or kidney-shaped cells. These 2 cells are known as guard cells. The inner wall, this one, it is very thick. Alright, this one is very thick. The outer wall is thin. And what are these 2 cells called? These 2 bean-shaped cells are called guard cell. I am drawing the diagram of here stomata. Okay. Now what is this called? The inner one, it is called stomatal pore or stoma, S-T-O-M-A. What is stoma? Stoma is the pore or the gap which is present between the 2 guard cells. It is these guard cells which contain chloroplast also, and they help in photosynthesis. Okay. So what is this stomatal pore? What is these 2 bean-shaped cells? They are known as guard cells. They regulate the opening and closing of stomatal pore. Means stomata will open or it will close. It will be controlled by guard cells. Turgidity and flaccidity of guard cells. Now, stomatal transpiration, what are the points we can write? 90% in the plant, 90% of transpiration means out of 100, the 90% of transpiration occurs through stomata. In plants, 90% transpiration occurs through stomata. Now, next heading we can write, what is the definition of stomata? So next you can write, stomata are tiny pores. Stomata are tiny pores present on the surface of leaves. Where are they found? They are found on the leaves and green stems. Like the plants which has green and flexible stem, there also stomata can be present. And these stomata are present in more number on the lower surface. Stomata are present in more quantity. Quantity means number here, like number of stomata is more on the lower surface of dicot leaves. Dicotyledonous means the plants which has two cotyledons in their seeds, they are called dicotyledons. Okay. Now next three types we are talking. So first one is, what is stomatal transpiration? The transpiration which occurs through stomata. What is stomata? They are the tiny pores which are present on the surface of leaves, and these stomatal pores are guarded by two bean-shaped cells which are known as guard cells. Okay. What is the function of guard cell? To regulate the opening and closing of stomata, and the gap is called stoma or stomatal pore. Then where is stomata found? It is present on the surface of leaves and the green stems. Okay. Now how much transpiration occurs? 90% of transpiration means maximum transpiration occurs through the stomata only. Now second one is cuticle. The second type of transpiration, we are talking about types of transpiration. So number 2 is cuticle. Transpiration through cuticle or cuticular transpiration. Cuticular transpiration means transpiration that occurs through the cuticle. Okay, transpiration through cuticle. C-U-T-I-C-L-E, cuticle, is called cuticular transpiration. Through cuticle, the transpiration which occurs is called cuticle. Now, how much percentage of transpiration occurs through the cuticle? Answer is 5 to 10%. Okay, 5 to 10% of transpiration occurs through the cuticle. Now, next is, what is cuticle? The definition of cuticle should be known. Then only you should know that from where this transpiration occurs. Cuticle is a waxy coating. Wax, that what we say oily layer, which is present on the surface of leaves and green stems. So what is cuticle? The definition you can write: a waxy layer covering the leaf and the stem, epidermis. Cuticle is a waxy layer covering the leaf and stem, epidermis. Epidermis means the outermost layer of cells present in leaves and stems. That is called epidermis. Means the outer layer of leaves and stems is covered by a waxy layer or coating, that is called cuticle. Understood now? So this is the second type of transpiration. That is transpiration through the cuticle. 5 to 10% of total transpiration occurs through the cuticle, and it is a waxy layer which covers the stems and leaves. Now, third type of transpiration, it is called lenticular transpiration. Lenticular transpiration means here the transpiration occurs through lenticels. Transpiration through lenticels. Transpiration through the lenticels is called lenticular transpiration. Now what is the percentage of transpiration which occurs? 0.1. It's very less. It's almost negligible. Transpiration is 0.1 to 1%. Not even 0.1 means 1/10 to 1% of transpiration. 0.1 to 1% of transpiration occurs through lenticels. This much very less transpiration occurs through lenticels. Now the last one, what is the definition of lenticels? Lenticels are the tiny pores which are present on the surface of stems and old barks of the trees. So lenticels are the tiny pores present on the bark of the trees in older stems. Lenticels are tiny pores present on the bark of the trees in the older stems. Present on the bark of the trees in older stems. Okay, so what is the definition of lenticels? Lenticels are the tiny pores which are present on the bark of the trees or in the older stems. Okay, or in older stems. Now, all the three types of transpiration is over. What is transpiration? Loss of water in the form of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant, that is from the leaves and the green stems. How many types of transpiration are there? Three types. What are they? Through the stomata, through the lenticels, through the cuticle. What is stomata? The tiny pores present on the surface of the leaves and green stems is called stomata. Maximum transpiration, that is 90% of transpiration occurs through the stomata. And next one we studied about the second one, that is cuticular transpiration. What is cuticle? Cuticle is a waxy layer which covers the leaf in the stem epidermis, and only 5 to 10% of transpiration occurs through cuticle. Then third one is lenticular transpiration. Only 0.1 to 1% of transpiration occurs through the lenticels. And what are lenticels? They are the tiny pores which are found on the bark of the trees or in the old stem also. These tiny pores, they remain always open. They are never closed. Like this stomata which remains open in the daytime but closed at the night. But these lenticels, they remain open throughout day and night. So now the next topic that we have to do is importance of transpiration. Why transpiration is important to us, how it is good for us, and what benefits are there of this transpiration. So number one, there are 4 points. We will study 3 points. One by one we will study about them. Importance of transpiration. Importance of transpiration. Okay. Number one, transpiration is useful to us in the following ways. First one is cooling effect. Cooling effect. Now you know that transpiration is loss of water, means the water vapor which is produced from the surface of the leaf evaporates into the atmosphere. And when this water vapor evaporates from the surface of the leaf, it helps to reduce the temperature of the plant as well as the surroundings of the plant. Means it will reduce the temperature and provide a cooling effect. So this is what we have tried. Loss of water and its evaporation. Loss of water and its evaporation from the leaves reduces the temperature of the plant and its surrounding. Reduces the temperature of the plant and its surroundings. Okay, thus it helps in cooling the plant and the surroundings also. The surroundings are also kept cool, because if we just in the beginning only I had given one example. If you stand under the shade of a tree in a very hot afternoon, you will feel cool. It's due to the presence of cooling effect of the plant. The plants are able to cool themselves and their surroundings. Now next one is ascent of sap. The second importance, ascent of sap. Now what is ascent? Ascent means movement upwards from the roots to the upper parts of the plant. What is sap? Sap is the water and minerals which are absorbed by the roots. That is called sap. So what is ascent of sap? Transpiration means transpiration helps to lose water from the leaves. You know that definition. Loss of water from the leaves is called transpiration. So when water is lost from the leaves, it creates a suction pressure. So points you can write: loss of water from the leaves, loss of water from the leaves creates a suction pull or suction pressure on the leaf cells. Now see, loss of water from the leaves. When the water is lost from the leaves, those leaf cells will lose water, means they will be in need of water. So they will absorb that water from the nearby cells, and those leaf cells will absorb water from the leaf xylem. The leaf xylem will draw it from the stem xylem, and the stem xylem will draw it from the root xylem, and the root xylem will take it from the root cells, root hair cells, and root hairs will get it from the soil. So loss of water from the leaves creates a suction pull on the leaf cells. This results in absorption of water. This results in absorption of water from the leaves, from the roots to the leaves and upper parts of the plant. So once the leaves creates a suction pull on the leaf cells, this suction pull will be transferred to the, or they will draw water from the nearby cells. So already I had said that loss of water from the leaves, it creates a suction force in the leaf cells, due to which more water and minerals, they will move or they are absorbed from the surface of the leaves. The leaf cells will take it from the leaf xylem, the leaf xylem will take it from the stem xylem, and the stem xylem will draw it from the. So this suction pull of water created due to transpiration is called transpiration pull. One word is there. What is transpiration pull? Okay, so suction pull of water created due to transpiration is called transpiration pull. Suction pull of water created or produced due to transpiration is called transpiration pull. Okay, what is transpiration pull? The suction pull of water which is created due to loss of water from the leaf surface, that is called transpiration pull. And transpiration pull is one of the factors responsible for the ascent of sap. Okay, so this pull, that is transpiration pull, it extends from the leaves to the stem, from there to the roots, and indirectly from the soil, the water and the minerals are absorbed to the root hairs. So this pull extends up to the roots, causing the roots to absorb more water from the soil. This pull extends, which pull? Transpiration pull. It extends up to the roots, which absorb water and minerals from the soil. Which absorb water and minerals from the soil. So hope you understood the second point. Ascent of sap. What is the meaning of ascent of sap? Movement of water and minerals from the roots to the upper parts of the plant. How it is done? Now once the plant leaves lose water from their surface, the loss of water by evaporation, it creates a suction pull on the leaf cells, and from the leaf cells the water is drawn and it evaporates outside. Now this suction pull, this results in the absorption of water from the roots into the leaves. Now due to loss of water or due to the suction pull of water, because the leaf cells are absorbing water, the suction pull of water created due to transpiration because of loss of water from the leaves, it is called transpiration pull. The word is transpiration pull, and this transpiration pull will extend from the leaf cells to the leaf xylem, then to the stem xylem, then to the root xylem. Means it will reach up to the roots, and the roots will absorb water and minerals from the soil. So we have understood this one. Now the next one is distribution of minerals. The third importance, distribution of minerals. You know that whenever the plants absorb water from the soil, along with the water, minerals are also dissolved in it. Minerals like calcium, sodium, potassium, magnesium, they are also present in the soil water, but in the dissolved form. So these minerals, when the plant roots absorb water, along with the water, the dissolved minerals are also absorbed, and they reach from the roots to the stem, then to all parts of the plant. Like the water is distributed in all parts of the plant after being absorbed from the roots, similarly minerals are also distributed. So next one is distribution of minerals. The third importance of transpiration is distribution of minerals. You can make your own word and write it if you understand what is distribution of minerals. Okay, like I will write due to transpiration, or along with the water. That will be nice. We can write along with the water, roots absorb minerals from the soil. Roots absorb minerals. Roots absorb minerals from the soil. Okay, this is known that roots absorb minerals from the soil. Along with the minerals, the minerals from the soil, which are dissolved in water, which are dissolved in water. These minerals are dissolved in water. Roots absorb minerals from the soil, which are dissolved in water, to be carried to the upper parts of the plant. To be carried to the upper parts of the plant. Okay, these minerals are distributed to all parts of the plant. After being carried to the upper parts, they do not remain confined to one place only. They are distributed equally to all the parts of the plant, like to the stems, branches, leaves, everywhere it will get equally distributed. Transpiration pull helps in distributing these minerals. Because of transpiration pull, the minerals are distributed throughout the plant. So transpiration pull, this point also you can write. Transpiration pull helps in distributing the minerals to all parts of the plant. To all parts of the plant. Okay. So distribution of minerals. Roots absorb minerals from the soil, and these minerals are dissolved in water. Okay, they remain in solution form, and they are carried to the upper parts of the plant. These minerals are supposed to be carried along with the water to all the upper parts of the plant. It is because of transpiration pull. Already we had studied what is transpiration pull. This transpiration pull will help in the process of distribution of minerals to all parts of the plant. Okay. Now the last point, the fourth one we have to study what is the importance of transpiration. 3 points already we have done. That is water cycle. You have already studied about the water cycle in lower classes. What is water cycle? It is the cyclic movement of water from the earth, like water which is present on the different sources, rivers, lakes, ponds. Those water will, due to the sunlight, heat of the sun, they will change into water vapor and they will evaporate. Okay, reach the atmosphere. After condensation, they will cool down. All these water vapors will condense. They will cool down and form the clouds. And the clouds will bring the rain. And once again, this rainwater will fill the rivers, lakes, ponds, and oceans. So this cycle will keep on continuing in the nature. That is called water cycle. So water cycle, it is the process of transpiration. Water absorbed by the plants due to transpiration. Water absorbed by the roots of the plant returns back to the atmosphere. Okay, due to transpiration only. Whatever water molecule is absorbed by the roots of the plant returns back to it in the form of water vapor. And this water vapor will condense and they will form rain. Water vapors. From where this water vapor comes? It comes from that transpiration. So water vapors condenses to form clouds that brings rain. Understood? It can be in different forms of precipitation like rain, hail, snowfall. Understood now? So the water which is taken by the plants once again return back to the atmosphere only. It is taken from the soil and again goes into the nature only. And this helps to maintain the process of water cycle. So what are the 4 importance or significance of transpiration? Let's recall. Number 1 was cooling effect. The plants lose water by transpiration, and when the water is lost, along with that, the heat of the plant is also reduced, or heat is lost, removed. The plant loses its body temperature and it keeps the surroundings also cool. Then the second one we studied was the second importance of transpiration is transpiration pull or the distribution of minerals. This is the third one. The second one we studied was ascent of sap. What is ascent of sap? Movement of water and minerals from the soil to the upper parts of the plant. Okay? It is like when the leaves lose water, it creates a suction force in the leaf cells that draw water from the leaf xylem. The leaf xylem will draw water from the stem xylem, and that will absorb water from the root xylem, and roots will absorb it from the soil. So this transpiration pull helps in the ascent of sap. Okay, what is transpiration pull? The continuous loss of water from the leaf surface creates a suction pull or suction force in the leaf cells that helps to draw more and more water from the soil through the roots. That is called transpiration pull. Means plants are losing water and they are pulling water from the soil instantaneously. Means both of them are taking place simultaneously. Then third one was distribution of minerals. You know that minerals are important for the growth and development of plants. So how do the plants take minerals? They take minerals from the soil along through the root hairs only. Understood? So when plants absorb water from the soil, along with that water, the minerals which are dissolved in it is also absorbed, and then it is taken to the upper parts of the plant. And the factor which is responsible is once again transpiration pull. Transpiration pull is the one which helps to take the minerals from the root hair cells and distribute it to all parts of the plant, to all the plant organs. Okay. Then the last one was water cycle. You have already studied about the water cycle. Due to transpiration, the water which is absorbed from the roots, okay, from the soil through the roots, it is distributed or it returns back to the atmosphere when the plants lose it by transpiration. And this water vapor, once it reaches the atmosphere, it will come together, condense, cool down, and form the clouds, and the clouds will bring the rain. Okay, so now the last point we have to study is one more paragraph, then it will be end of your chapter number 1, and that is, what are the different factors which affect transpiration? Now whenever any event occurs, there are some factors which can affect it. Okay, so factors affecting transpiration. Factors affecting transpiration. Alright, what are the different factors? One by one we will study. Okay, first one is heat or temperature, you can write. How can temperature affect the rate of transpiration? Now when the temperature is high, the rate of transpiration also increases. The rate of transpiration, rate means speed of transpiration, increases with increase in temperature. So at lower temperature, the plants will carry out less transpiration. At higher temperature, more transpiration. But in desert plants, where temperature is very high, extremely high temperature is not favorable for the process of transpiration. Okay, so first point already we have done, that is temperature or the heat or temperature, anything you can write, both heat or temperature. Okay, now second point that we have to write, light. How can light affect the rate of transpiration? You know that in the plants, stomata will open in the daytime when sunlight is present. And if stomata is present, then only transpiration will be there. So at night there is no transpiration. Why? Because through stomata it is not there, because the stomata remains closed. So you can write increase in light, like in the morning time, the rate of transpiration is less. Why? Because the sunlight intensity, hardness of sunlight is very less. But gradually, as we move from morning to the afternoon, in the summer season as it is nowadays, so from morning till afternoon, gradually the sunlight will increase. So more will be the rate of transpiration. But excess sunlight can kill the stomatal cells.